Hello, everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is currently 17 degrees Celsius, which means it is 63 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a partially cloudy day. It's lovely out there, but we're in here playing. And we've got Miriam and Beth, beautiful ladies.
Hi.
And today we're going to do some sewing. So I'm going to pop over to Miriam and she's going to let you know what she's up to. There you go.
Okay, I have an envelope from something I received, and I have some fabrics here. This is not dry, so I'm not showing a lot of fabrics. And I am painting because one of my fabrics, it's a little bit like you can see what it belongs. So I am now putting some veil on these things so they don't show so much. And when this is dry, I'm going to start to coat my fabric and see what I come up with. I am doing a cover for a journal.
All right. Let's see what Beth's up to today. Hi, Jan. Nice to see you.
Well, tell you what, I just posted us, so we should be getting some more
There
people.
you go. Beth, you're up.
I'm going to attempt to do some sewing, make some homemade sewing paper ribbon, some kind of ribbon. And I start off with some strips of paper, and then I go over here behind me to my sewing machine, and I'm going to put this under the sewing machine, and I will add little bits and bobs and of things as I go under the sewing machine, and I will come out with some paper ribbons, and they'll be about this long, and you can cut them or use it all, use part of it or use all of it. So just something to add into your art prompts. Or if it says add a border or add something homemade, this would be a good prompt to use that for. And then at the end, I will be doing some trimmings, and I'll show you all that when I get to that part.
Awesome.
So, okay, I'm still gathering a few things, and
All right.
we'll get started.
All right. And me. Hi, guys. I'm going to be sewing some leaves. Like these are paper, so I'm going to sew them down like paper buttons just in the center, and I'm going to use those either as tuck spots or a dangle or something in journals. I've got a whole bunch of fabric and all kinds of buttons and beads and fancy dancy sparkly threads that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to make little bits to use as flips and tucks and all kinds of things for journals. We'll see how much I get done. Welcome, Belinda. Nice to see you. All right. So I'm going to exit my. This is how much room I've got left on my desk to work because everything else is piled. Oh, good 20 inches all the way around. So I'm working small today. I can't even get my stool up here to show you close. Okay. So if you would like to see what one of us specifically is working on, please give a shout out and we will do that. So as I say, I'm going to use these as little buttons. I know I can glue them down because it's paper, but I think a little bit of stitching will just give it a little bit of, something different. Something different. That's what I'm looking for. An added thing. So what have you ladies been up to? Hey, Kevin, nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for popping in. We are doing sewing today, so we're just sewing odds and sods. Oh, that needle is way small. Ah, thank you, Kevin. Oh, look. I threaded a needle without aid, guys. Woohoo! Hey, Carol, welcome. Hi, Peter. Nice to see you. We are doing some stitching today. Everybody's doing something different because, that's how we operate on Sundays. Kevin, if you would like to pop your link in, you're more than welcome to do that. And I will pop in Beth's and
I'm going to go over here to the sewing machine and I'm even going to put some happy words on there.
ooh, see?
Set some
Stitched
words on there.
words. That's nice, Beth.
So I'm going, my sewing machine is just behind me. So I am within, you can hear me and you can talk to me. And and I'm going to go right behind me. I've got some happy mail in here and all kinds of little goody things. So I'll be right back with this strip.
Awesome. And there's Miriam's link.
What I'm doing,
What are you doing? Can I make you
I'm
big?
still trying to, because the other fabric that I thought wasn't so transparent, it's a little bit this sticker you can see, so I try to do it unrecognizable.
Nice.
Um, Once I finish, I'm going to start with my fabric gathering. Okay, let's see now. I think this is going to be
You know,
the
Miriam, when you first put that fabric down, I thought, oh, is Miriam doing a wedding journal?
yeah, seems to be, but I made a mistake here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Mistakes just a different opportunity, right?
Yep, yep, yep. You know that the same symbol for danger in Chinese is the same symbol for opportunity.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. Maybe without the music, I am singing. Thank you. Maxi came in with
Hi, Maxie.
the most music blasting because he loves music. No,
Yeah.
it's okay. Wow. Yeah. Ay, qué regla. Ese sirve para pintar. ¿Qué te cuento? Maxi brought something. Lazy Susan
Oh, nice.
found. He found in the street. So
That's
she
awesome.
said it's perfect for painting. And no, no, no solo pintura. Yeah.
I have a
Wow.
Susan beside me, but it's
He, It's very big.
Oh, good. Lovely. I have one about that size on my
Where?
dining room
So
table.
he's asking where he's going to put it. I want to say outside. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. You did well. You did well. Now you are offended? No. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, no. No. Abrí un poquito, mi amor, si puedes. No. Okay, now. Now. No. What? Some work, some not. The cat work. The cat work very well. The morning cat. First of all, I need to grab this part. What's that?
So, what are you guys working on out there and behind the scenes that we can't see?
Oh, yeah. I need white. Let's see if I have a white.
I know that Jan was taking a painting course this past little while.
White, white, everything white. Huh? Yeah. No, okay, no. Arriba hay unos que tienen la parte de adentro de plástico. Que mejores. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I am about to sew.
So,
About to sew.
I'm sewing. I'm doing little stitches around this circle.
Sale el último domingo de agosto, de mes, no son tan inteligentes.
Not working on anything in particular? No.
No sé.
I'm working on
Okay.
little bits for those little journals still.
Phew.
So, hi Peter. Belinda is not working on anything in particular.
No, let's see what Beth made. Beth, I'm going to
Woohoo!
hang on.
I am happy as a clam. I'm
Let's see.
telling you.
Let's see.
Found a piece of paper to sit this on so you can see the full effect. All I did was cut up some strips of paper, and you're not going to see the paper, so it doesn't really matter what it looks good. But this was cute paper anyway. But I guess I could. It doesn't really matter what the backside looks like. But anyway, all I did was dug in this little bowl right here, and I found some Happy Mail, some things in the Happy Mail. I found some buttons. I'm gonna put buttons on it next, and I've got these little wood. I got a wooden button. I can put on one. Uh, I've got these little wood things that I can glue on that I've had forever and don't know what to do with it. I even have a little tassel I could sew on there.
Oh, that's cute.
But you use anything. I've got words, stamps. Here's a little strip. They're not very long, but I zigzagged them on there, and I just started feeding it under the sewing machine, and I kept poking things underneath the needle as I went along the paper strip. You could also use a ribbon if you don't, you don't have to be paper. Be anything you want because you're the creator. But as you can see, this is a little paper strip of love. It's like a cluster of sorts. And I can still get to add things, and I can glue, and I can either sew by hand. I found a butterfly, and he would be cute on one of these. This one needs a butterfly. See, And that would be so cute on your little paper strip. This is paper ribbon, homemade paper ribbon, and I'll tell you some more stuff later as we go. The, I'm getting this done way too fast. I'm running out of room, but it's fun, and I've even got some little prayer dolls, my little prayer dolls. So
Those,
I'm going to put some of them on there too. They'll look cute on there.
oh, see, I thought for a minute you were going to put those through the sewing machine. It's like, wait,
Well, I think these would do better if I sew them by hand or glue, and I can like glue them in place, and then I can maybe tack it on if I wanted to tack it on. But you could even use your hot glue. But I probably will tack it on too. But I think it'd be cute to put that little tassel up there, and just bits and bobs, whatever kind of bits and bobs you can find on your desk. And I've got some more buttons in
boy,
here.
have I got bits and bobs on my desk.
You could put beads. I've got some beads that I could glue a few beads on and make a little bead cluster. Who doesn't love a little bead cluster?
I love to be a
Everything,
bead cluster.
and this is a leftover bowl of all my projects for the past few months, and there's all kinds of stuff in here, including buttons. I had these buttons, and I've already got the thread in the holes, so I can glue these down, and they'll be ready to go. Look at
Awesome.
that little guy.
I
He is so
love it.
Welcome, Ed. Nice to
Johan.
meet you.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
hi,
How
man.
are you
Hi, Ann.
feeling?
Get in here, girl. I've been telling everybody, Ann, that starting Wednesday, 12:30, you're going to start working in the forest book,
I am. I'm
and
ex-
and I was hoping I was going to get to come on with you.
Absolutely. I would love you to come on with me.
Okay,
I'm
and I've
excited.
already I've already worked in my book quite a bit.
I saw you. I saw you was it last night?
And I think I've got two girls in my room that already have the book, so they enabled me, and then
Uh-huh.
you enabled me,
Yes.
Yes.
and
So you
yeah,
got the same book?
yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dee Dee's the one we can blame Dee Dee. She's the one
It
that
is.
started
It's
the
all
whole
her.
thing.
Well, the next day I went. I bought my book, and then I went on Dee Dee's channel, and I said, Dee Dee, show me a quick page of your forest book,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I could see, get an idea what she was doing,
Yeah.
and so she did, and I thought, oh, great, because she's not painting in it. She's
No
just
painting. That's why I got involved because I
so
can't do that thing that she does.
so
Exactly.
I found this. I've got somebody sent me a fairy, and I've got
Yeah.
it in the
Ooh.
front.
Cool.
And the first page, I think, is probably my best page.
Yes, there's mine. I think, Beth, I think there's close to 20 of us out there
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. I believe it. Um, and
this,
so I've been having fun in my room with doing things.
yeah.
She's up on Walton's Mountain. She looks like she's on Walton, and I love
Yes,
I love to tell stories.
yes.
That's the best part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when I cut out, I saw you. That's when you left off last night with the TP. I think you couldn't. Um, and when I now harvest magazines, I harvest magazines all the time, but now there's a different harvest where I'm specifically looking for pictures that are going to go. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I've got a yoga book, and oh my gosh, it's gonna be great in this book.
And I
The yoga
found this.
poses.
I found this guy, this troll dude,
Oh
um,
yeah,
and this sculptor. He makes these, and they're all around the world.
oh, I think I've seen that
And two
in
of
a
them are
travel
going to Rhode Island because I just got pictures of two of them that are going to Rhode Island. I like that. Yep. It is
The Deer in the
crazy fun.
Woods.
I use a lot of models. Like, well, I got some,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's some Egyptians in the. Is your book falling apart? Because it looks like you were tearing pages out of your book and then
I
cut.
was. I thinned my book out. I was talking to Sharon Lombard, and she said she wished she had torn some pages out. So I tore pages that had a lot of words on it,
Okay, I couldn't figure
and
out what
then
you
I've
were
got
doing.
the pages in the back, and like um, I can still cut this picture and use part of the picture in the book and thin the
Ah,
book down. That way it won't get too fat. And see, I tore the pig out, and he's going
okay,
truffle
okay, all right.
and
I have
I
a
might have
pendant
to
in
do
a
some
doorway here.
lightning around him. I might do some whiting, a little light color around him to make him pop out.
Make them pop a
Uh,
little bit. Yeah.
you know, so I did thin out some pages, and it is
Okay. All
sewn.
right.
The book is sewn in, so if you find the centers, you can tear them
Right.
out two at a time without destroying the book.
Well, my book was not bound that well to begin with. I was not impressed with my binding. I don't know whether I got a bad copy, but my binding was already, look how wobbly it is. I haven't,
Oh, wow.
and that's the way it came. So, it's kind of, oh, that's a good,
She's
that's,
down by the stream having a tea party with her baby doll.
oh, okay. I thought maybe she was going to be scared by a
And
spider.
she says, I'm the mommy. She's the mommy.
Uh-huh. See, I like to find this. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Look at this one.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then I like models in frames. I just think they kind of look.
I love frames. I love putting frames on my journal pages.
But this is fun, isn't it? So
It is. I know.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun on Wednesdays because I'm going to be playing bridge in the morning, and I want to come home and have something that I don't have to prep for. So I just said, from now on, I'm doing this, and anybody's welcome.
Very cool.
And I go ahead and put the pictures in the pages,
I
and then
do.
I go through and glue. You know, I can sit and glue and not.
That's what I do. Yeah, I've got loose pictures in here that I haven't glued down yet. But yeah, I would love that spider that you were talking about.
Well, I don't know about him. I keep turning the page real quick.
This is the hand of
Hi.
Uh,
this is the hand of God, I think, or Adam in the Sistine Chapel
Oh, yeah.
that was done. So I have him touching the spider.
Oh,
But you're right. There's some of these that what do you do with them? You know, and I don't
Yeah.
know what you do with the text on the side. So
well, you can paint it or put some
yeah,
put someone standing there or
yes, and I have done that. I have found pictures. Like this is the one that you took out of your book. I saw you last night. I was like, what's she doing? She's tearing. But this is the one you took out and cut these guys out and put them somewhere else, didn't you?
yeah.
The herd. Yeah.
So that was one of the good things that I kind of happened at, and yeah, the monkeys, yeah. I got
Yeah.
another page of monkeys. They're having a conference up there.
Conference. Yes, I saw you do that. I thought, okay. And I couldn't figure out. I didn't know whether the pages had fallen out, but now that makes sense. That you're thinning your book. You're doing this.
Uh-huh.
You're thinning it.
So it won't be so
Yeah.
fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Now this
you
lady lounging on a snake. I don't know.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, all right.
That's
Well,
a good picture, I'm sorry to say.
it is,
Perfect.
and she fits like she belongs there.
She belongs.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. And I am sewing. I'm doing a lot of slow stitch sewing. So when I saw that you guys were sewing, I went, ooh.
I want to.
I'm
Awesome.
doing a slow stitch teddy bear.
Oh, right. I saw that pattern that you were posting for
Yeah,
that.
that Aunt Bex has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing the 16-inch one, and I'm using African fabric that I got from Rosemary.
Okay.
So I'm just doing pretty much straight stitching. And here I was just doing some stitching along these lines, picking up part of the pattern.
Right. Right.
And
So you're doing it Patrick style. You've got the pattern piece, and then you fill it all in with fabric, different fabrics, and then decorate it before you put it together.
yes, yeah, because I have some. Well, you can see. I mean, I used every last bit, and I'm down to itsy bitsy pieces. But here's that's going to be like the top of the bear.
Cool.
It's very textual.
Yeah.
Becky's is gorgeous. She's got beautiful lace and hearts and quotes. I'll be lucky to get mine, stitched together.
Yeah, that's probably how I would be too. What do you mean I have to put it together now?
Right. I've got some stars. I attempt a French knot that I can't seem to get the French knot. It always, when I pull it, it always goes all the way through. So.
Oh, then you just do a couple more wraps, so it seems like there's more thread.
Yes.
Doing like the 3, I usually do about a 5 or a 7 wrap.
Yep. I do too, yep. To make just and end up with a glump.
Yeah. But it still looks cute.
Yeah.
Glump.
Well, I made this pin cushion, and there was a pattern for it, and it's filled with French knots, and I was able to do all these French knots, but somehow I've lost that ability. It's kind of, I don't know. Look at all these I did.
Lovely.
No, I can't do it. I don't know. Anyway. So I do what you just make a bump and say, oh, that's a French knot.
Yeah.
Or maybe an Irish knot or something. I don't know. And the woman that's doing this made one for her granddaughter. And her granddaughter's name is Olive, so she calls it Olive's Bear.
Okay.
And she's doing, there's 2 plans, a 16-inch and an 18-inch. I'm doing the 16-inch. And the 18-inch for her granddaughter, she sewed a little pocket on the arm of the bear and then had a little tiny doll that she made that goes in the pocket. And the doll also is attached, like a string.
Right.
Like you remember in the old days when you have your mittens attached to your jacket.
Yeah.
So the doll's attached, so she can't lose the doll.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's adorable. Oh my God, it's the cutest.
I kept trying to. My sister has one of those fancy embroidery machines.
Oh.
I keep trying to get her to do teddy bears with tattoos.
Ho, 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 ho.
I thought that'd be fun.
Yes. Winnie the Pooh with a tattoo.
Yeah, I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of doing some quotes, but
and the tattoo need to say, "I want to be Mickey."
You want to be? Hi, Miriam. I didn't even see you. Got to the tail end of your stream this morning with Anina.
Yes.
You were doing some jelly plate printing.
Yes. Transfer. We did a graphite and charcoal transfer.
Yeah, I did a charcoal one a while ago, and that was kind of neat. And on my stream this afternoon, I'm going to do a slip knot stitch and stitch together all of the postcards from the Carrie postcard challenge.
Oh, nice.
That's my plan. And I was practicing that because I've only done it once. I was going to practice on playing cards. I know Beth is going to do playing cards next month.
Yep.
I got to get my needle threader. It's in the other room. I will be right back.
All right.
Well, someone know how to sew lace without that be seen?
Yeah, you got to do a blind stitch like you used to do when you hemmed pants.
Like a hem?
It's called a blind stitch, where
Oh,
we used to use that when we were hemming pants or skirts, so nobody could see the stitching on
yeah,
the right side.
I know it. I don't know if I will succeed, but I know it.
I can't remember how to do it, but I remember doing it.
I do remember.
How are you, Janet? Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well. I keep waiting for Janet to come and visit her brother. He lives about 15 minutes away from me.
Okay. That over there.
Mystical Stitches. That looks like an interesting book.
Oh man, it is gorgeous.
Hi, Janet. Jan,
Oh,
Belinda, Peter. Hello.
Hello.
okay, Janet. Don't you worry.
That's awesome, Janet. I wish you a speedy healing.
Yeah.
Okay, why was it so easy to thread the needle the last time, guys? Now I'm struggling. Goodness gracious. Oh my. Okay. Where's the needle threader when you need one? It was so easy the last time, though. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. There we go. Got it. This is where I learned to embroider from. This old big book of needlecraft. It was
Oh,
my grandmother's.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
And it is from 1935.
Oh, that's a
1935.
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
So
The
it's got
year, the year my dad was born.
all kinds of patterns about smocking and doing upholstery and you know,
got the good stuff.
yeah. A lot of lost arts, right?
I've got a couple of books. I bought crewel kits when I was younger. They already have the pattern, and they would come with all of the floss, and they would have a guide on the different stitches. So
Yeah.
that's where I learned, satin and French knots, but that was so long ago. It's like learning all over again.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing a throwback Thursday and doing a page of that um, each time, but I already stream 3 days a week and I don't want another one.
Someone I was working on.
But maybe come winter, I might do something like that. Pick a day and we can just experiment with old things, old things.
Hello, Flo.
Hey, Andrea, nice to see you.
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Oh,
We're
there's
doing
comments.
ditching, and of course, we're all doing our own thing. Beth is doing like little snippet kind of roles. Miriam is doing a journal cover. Anne's working on her teddy bear, and I am just stitching stuff onto paper for ephemera kind of things.
Uh,
And of course, we're chatting.
done.
What's you thinking, Beth?
I found some Braille paper,
Oh, okay.
and so
Oh,
I inked it up a little bit, and then I can use little pieces of it on my next
Oh,
snippet
okay.
board.
I was just wondering what.
And I'm looking for fodder on my table.
Yeah,
I like to use different things.
yeah,
father, he ain't heavy. He's my brother.
yeah.
That's a line from Boys Town with Spencer Tracy and Mickey Rooney.
Nice. I remember seeing the movie. I don't remember the line. I probably only watched it once. That's probably
Yeah.
why.
Well, I never knew what fodder was until, recently. Other than, well, I
DVD.
knew fodder other in the term of for fodder corn for cattle.
Right, right.
I never knew of fodder in terms of arts and crafts or.
No, and I keep thinking of that old camp song, "Hello, Fodder, Hello, Mutter."
Yeah, right.
Mother.
Gene Shepherd, right. Yeah, from Camp Granada. Yeah.
Yeah, showing my age.
He was a funny guy,
Yeah.
Gene Shepherd. Hmm. He's the one that wrote A Christmas Story.
Okay.
Where the kid wants the BB gun. And that must have been him as a kid, because I'm sure it was semi-autobiographical. You'll shoot your eye out. And of course, he does.
Yeah, Jan, it's nice to see you here on a Sunday. I know you usually have a lot of family stuff going on. Hey, Raul, welcome.
Hi, Raul.
Hi, Raul. Buenos dias.
So, you guys were showing your forest books. I had found a picture of like a lioness or some sort of large cat yawning. So the mouth is open and the tongue sticking out. And I was thinking, oh, I could make such an interesting collage. Like, what would be on her tongue? That
Yeah. Now I thought you had some coffee table books that you were contemplating.
I am going to do it. I was talking to Ron, and he said, "Go for it." Nobody wants
Okay.
them, so
All right.
yeah,
Well, that's where that lion could go.
yeah, exactly. I just have to decide which coffee table book I want to play in. They've got about 6 of them.
Which one you want to revive, bring
Yeah,
back to life.
yeah. Hey, Marty, welcome, welcome.
Hi, Marty.
Hi, Mary.
We're just having a slow stitch and visit day today. I'm just sewing bits of paper together
I
to.
need to go slow.
Yes. Slow stitch.
Yeah.
Slow mo. One more. Yeah.
So when I sew little things on like this, a lot of times I'll just do that kind of thing on a piece of fabric as well, and that way I can use it as a flip or turn it into a page tab, something like
Mhm.
that.
Well, I mean, this term slow stitch, that's relatively new for embroidery, right? Or crewel work or needlepoint. I don't, has it been always called, or slow stitch just means all of the above, like needlepoint?
Anything by hand, like machine, is fast stitch. So
Okay,
when you,
okay, all right.
that's what I associate it with is
Yeah,
slow,
Yeah,
doing it the
so too.
long hand. It's like a long hand.
right. Like darning socks.
Yeah. My mother darned her socks in the garbage can. She'd throw them down and go, darn, that sock's got a hole in it.
I
That's how she
guess I
darned.
darn my socks too that way. I bet you.
Yep.
I darn socks occasionally. It depends on if they're hand knit or if they're store bought.
Well, yeah, hand knit would be something maybe worth saving.
Yeah.
And then you have those eggs, right? The thing that you stick them, it looks like an egg, but it goes in
Mine,
this.
mine looks more like a mushroom.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and the stem on it opens up, and that's where all your needles and stuff are kept.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. That's cool.
that too was my grandmother's, which is really weird because it's plastic.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess more they called it what, melamine then instead of plastic. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, yes. Didn't they make plates out of that stuff?
yeah,
Melamine? No, M. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. But
I
I
can,
um, I've seen the wooden ones too that are kind of shaped like a mushroom that they used for darning.
I've only seen them egg shaped, I guess. Hmm, here.
So I have a question for you, ladies.
Yeah.
Somebody on our local town group asked for wooden spools so they could do spool knitting. Now, did you call it spool knitting or did you call it corking? You know where you've got the hole and you've got the four nails and you loop it over and you pull it through? Hi, Barbara.
I don't know what that is, so that,
Okay, I'll grab that one as well.
It's like kuminimo.
hi, Barbara.
I don't know.
So,
Hi, Barbara.
Is that quilling?
so you would wrap the yarn around and then
Oh,
wrap it again and put it over, right? So it's like a knit, and then you pull the end,
Yes,
you end
yes.
up,
It's like
yeah.
kuminimo.
right?
Oh.
Like,
I've got one, but I don't know what it's called.
Oh, and that's got the little nails in the top. Oh, I
Yeah.
remember those. Oh, corking. Oh, okay.
okay, Janet calls it corking. Okay. See,
I
when we
don't
were
know
That as a kid.
anything because
Yeah.
I don't know.
so when they were talking spool knitting, I'm going like with the nails in, 'cause they were looking for a wooden spool. But this is my darning palm.
Oh, wow. Look at
Then,
that.
and then it unscrews, and hey, there's where that thing went. I've been looking for that. Okay. Anyway,
Oh, look. And the color of that is like that 1950s avocado green that people had their appliances.
yeah, yeah. I have all the old toys. Ah,
Now, when you did that little thing on the top of the looks like a clothespin, but I know it's not. What would you do? Then you would sew those little things together, I guess. You'd have the little tiny little.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The thing you just had with this the corking thing. You sew those.
This one? Yeah, so it does like a round knit because it's only 4 stitches, so you could use it like a cord. But a lot of people would do that and then roll it like a rag rug and stick them together in a coil.
Okay, all right.
This one was actually my mother-in-law's. I don't know where mine went because I
Huh.
had one as well. It's funny how these things come back, right?
Yeah.
Or other people remember them and
I think I vaguely. I mean, that kind of brings back a. I'm trying to think when I would have done it. It sounds like maybe in the summertime when they don't know what you're bored and
yeah. Here, do this.
you do this, right? I'm bored. I don't know what to do. Not anymore.
Yeah. Always something to do.
Marty's wanting to know what. Yes, that's true. Also, that's corking is when you open a good bottle of wine. Exactly.
Exactly. Or when you're making wine and you're corking the.
And you have to cork it. Yeah.
This is, so you would wrap the yarn around twice, and then one layer you would go over, and then every time you wrap around, you would pull the tail, and then it makes like a round cord. But we used to call it corking.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
It's a great way for using up leftover bits of yarn.
Yeah,
My
I
mom,
guess.
my mom actually had a tea cozy made out of corking.
Oh, wow. That was a lot of, wow.
You know about that.
I do know a little bit about tea cozies now that I've made two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Marty. It goes right through. So it's a drilled piece of wood, goes right through. It's just easier to hold when it's bigger than if it was just a spool of thread. And then yeah, you just put the yarn through and then start wrapping and going around. And after you've done all 4 stitches, you give it a tug to tighten it up.
That's really that is like a piece of Americana, that art. I mean, it's actually a piece of art now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all painted, and so is that mushroom, I guess, would be considered Americana type of art.
It's definitely old.
Definitely vintage.
Like I say, like I'll only darn if they're hand knit socks.
Yeah. Well, Barbara Clark was making hand knit socks.
Nice. See, I can't do the 4 needles. I've tried and tried and tried. I really have to play. I always end up with big gaps for some reason. Oh, nice, Barbara. She had guest leave and head back to Oregon. They were visiting.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I said this here. We just got our guests, leave, and head back to Oregon. Wonderful visit from and
Dog alert. Sorry. I got
Just needles. So,
my fault. My fault.
like, you have on 3 needles
Yeah.
and one to work on, or yarn on 2 needles and one to work with.
Okay.
Oh, what do they do? I'm gonna make Beth big. Beth, I'm making you big, and then I'm gonna make Miriam big,
Okay.
and then
I'll show you what I've
Angela big.
done. I just got finished doing this one, and I've got to put some buttons and doodads on it yet.
Oh, that's
If you
lovely.
when you use your crayons up, save your papers.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, get a little bowl by your desk and put all your little leftover things in it. And then when you get ready to do a project like this, you've got the whole bowl full of things to go through. And then I did this one, some of it's Happy Mail,
Oh,
and
look at that. Oh, that's
a
cool.
lot of interesting things on there. And I'm going to glue some beads and buttons and maybe some more words. This is one that I kind of already finished. I've got some bits and bobs.
Mhm.
I
Bits
yeah,
got
and
a
bobs.
button. I
love
got
it.
a
Mhm.
tassel. He didn't show up on that, but that's okay. But this is and if the threads bother you, you can trim them. And on this one over here, I just laid a glob of threads across it, sewed down the middle. Then I cut it, and it looks like a little, mustache.
Oh, okay.
That's cute, though.
Didn't have to. It was easy and quick to do. And this one here, like if this is too much right there, you can trim that. And you might be, and since it's burlap, that was Happy Mail. You could even fray it a little bit and get some interest in your burlap with your burlap. You can fray it a little bit,
Yeah.
and it looks cute. And you can save these little strippies to put on the next or not. It was to stay, but you can put them on the next strip, or because they're stiff threads, you could give it a little haircut and put that in your thread pile and use your threads over if you need to. And if you're like Janet Nash, you'll make something out of those little threads.
Yes.
She, if anybody
Yes.
can make anything out of
She'll
nothing,
take,
she
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And I've got a little worry doll, and this was some Happy Mail and leftover packaging. And there's a little this goes around your embroidery thread. I use that for
Oh
fun.
yeah, yeah. Right, the little floss thingy. Yeah.
I sure do. I use those. Some of them they have like 5 cents on them or something. The old ones. So this one's got a sticker on it. I found a sticker in my bowl. I found a butterfly. That was Happy Mail, and it ruffled by accident down the middle, so he's fluttering, and it was a happy accident.
There you go.
Stamps, music paper, lots of interest on there.
Yeah.
So that's all I've done. I'm going to decorate these two now
It's
and
very lovely.
put some bits and bobs.
Maybe we need to do a bits and bobs.
What do you do with your bits and bobs?
Yeah, I like that
Oh
idea.
man, I got bits and bobs everywhere.
Send them to him.
We should do a bits and bobs. Let's do that next weekend, guys. Bits and bobs weekend.
I
Okay.
can find some more bits and bobs.
Oh, I'm sure you probably make more throughout the
I have them.
But before then, yeah, I'll make them.
Janet Burgess makes socks on a magic loop needle. I'm not sure what that is. Is that one of those round things with all the posts and you go around and do it? I don't know. Barbara Clock's moved up to the balcony because she's cleaning up her desk. And let's see. Marty went to Bits and Bobs for a cookout.
And pom poms. Don't forget, you can use your pom poms.
Pom pom.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
All right.
No pom-poms. Mm-mm.
All right. Here you
I've
go,
been
Miriam.
made fun of with pom poms.
Oh, I am big.
You're big.
Okay.
You're front and center, honey.
What I did the cover, the part external cover, and I put in the middle this lace that you cannot see because it's white on white. But imagine that is there.
Okay. I see it.
And now I am doing all around this. I don't know if I will do all around or only in the. Oh, no. Only in the front, maybe. Yes, we can see that from the other side, so we don't need to do all around. So, yeah.
Are there ruffles on the bottom? Are there ruffles on that? I see ruffles.
Yes, like Rafi.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can see.
Oh,
Yes.
That's
so
lovely.
that's it. That's it for now. Then I am going to put the same fabric inside. Like that. And maybe I will put some pocket. I don't know.
Okay.
That's going to be
Right
lovely.
now. Thank you.
All right. And you're big.
Da.
She's tiny.
This is my bear, and this is the. Well, I'll tell you. Maybe. I think that's the backside. Yes. This is the front. No, the back, non-jointed bear back piece. an African, and I'm just stitching across, and now on the brown thing, I have brown thread, and I'm just doing little X's across this area here. So that's what I'm doing. And then this had brown, and this had brown and kind of that color thread, so I filled it in with that. And this I did black. You can't see it, but I have black thread in here too, following the design. The ear I just did like a concentric, kind of went around and around and around, but you can see how tiny some of these pieces are, because this is, I used every last bit of the African fabric I had, so some of the pieces are really tiny. And then for the bottom of his feet, this is some Seth Apter material, because it didn't have enough African fabric to go around, but so that's his feet. So that's what I've been working on, and eventually it'll get sewn together and stuffed. And what I'm going to do with it, I have no idea, and I don't really care. I'm just having fun doing it.
That's the best part, right? Is when you're actually having fun doing something and it doesn't really have.
It's just going to sit somewhere. Yeah, I don't have any granddaughters. I have grandsons, and I think they would look at me like I was crazy if I said, "Here's a bear for you." And so he's going to be cute. Yeah, I think he'll be really neat. Now I might add some other stuff, like embellishing mints, but at this point I don't know. So that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
Very
Nice. All right. Me. All right. So I'm just sewing bits of paper together. I'm working on 5 little journals. I've got a sale coming up. So I'm just sewing some leaves and sequin kind of things onto rounds of cardstock. The leaves are cardstock. I'm just doing like little embellishment kind of things. It's got dangle hearts on it. Leaves, of course, because we're Canadian and we love our maple leaves. And that's all I've managed to do so far. I think now I'll start playing with some fabric and doing the same kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just sewing because that's what we're doing today.
That's what you told me.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Quick question, Beth. When are the coins due? To who?
The 15th.
Okay.
In the mail.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the mail.
I was looking all over for who the people were. Every single place, and then I looked under messages, and there you nicely, very neatly left them for me in messages. Thank you so much. I'm thinking, I was saying,
well, if I get you in chat, I'll yellow you off, and if I don't yellow you off, then I email it or I message it. Yeah, that's what I do.
There they were.
It saves time. It saves me time. I get it all done at once, and very rarely do I have too many people come back saying, I forgot my names.
Well, it was funny because Renee told me that, Renee said, yeah, she gave those to us on Thursday night. So I was back there Thursday night going through everything and scrubbed through Thursday night, Friday night. And
you could have messaged me, and then
I could have. But I was embarrassed to message you that I had missed.
Shoot.
So
I'm on Messenger 24 hours a day.
There they were.
Never be afraid to message me.
No, I know. But there they were. Oh, yeah. So I know who they are. Okay. So I'll have them done.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woohoo.
So, Beth, do you ever do swaps of those Bitsy roll things that you're doing right now? Like,
I haven't. I've put them in Happy Mail before, and I've also, I can do one now, but I've made them with not so decorative like this, and then
Mhm.
I will lay like a paper doll dress on it and sew it down.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
I've done that before, and then I put them in Happy Mail, and but we could, and it doesn't have to be sewed. It doesn't have to be sewed. It could be just glued. Whatever you have,
it could be
use what you
stapled,
have.
a little Timmy fastener.
Yeah, yeah. You could staple them, and I do that too. Yeah.
We did something like that with Joe DeFee. She did something like that with, she took a piece of paper and did swatches of acrylic, metallic watercolors right down the middle,
Oh,
and then added bits and bobs, and then just stitched right up the middle. And so you could just barely see the metallic, paint just kind of peeked through.
yeah.
It was really cool. I miss her.
That sounds like a fun thing to do.
Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah, and then you can cut them up and put them in, in your journals, or give them away in Happy Mail. I think I've done the snippet thing. I think I actually, let's see. Yeah, I have like, I guess like this is, well, let's see. It's on freezer wrap,
Okay.
and it's here somewhere, or maybe not. Maybe I just got ready to do it. Oh no, this is just scrap paper, like, okay, see, it's
Oh,
just
that's
scrap
fun.
paper.
Look at that.
And then you can just tear off a chunk.
Yeah.
And this is just freezer wrap paper.
Mm.
It's ready to go. That's like, who was doing it? Malaya was doing that, right? With a wax paper roll, right? Filling up that size, a big roll.
And you get these the the wooden spools that you can buy. I've got
Yes.
several wooden spools on my shelf with lace around them, and I've got one wooden spool that has I glued old text paper, uh,
Oh, yes.
and
Yeah, I've got one of those wooden spools too.
and then I
Yes.
found some. Joe gave me some bedposts out in the garage,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
put things on it like this, and they sit on my desk, and I have them at my fingers. And
I have some of those spindle things, those weaving the big spindle things. I
yeah,
guess spindles. But this is just toilet roll paper, toilet roll. I'm trying to think who I saw do that. It may have been Graphics Fairies. I don't know. I subscribe to Graphics Fairies, and they have, enormous amount of graphics, and they have great tutorials on all sorts of things. Yeah, I have there's a big, that's in my bits and bobs drawer.
You've got a drawer of bits and bobs?
Yeah,
I have a whole basement.
I have a drawer. You kidding? I have a scrap box. One of those big things that fold up.
Yeah.
And so I have one of those drawers filled with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Let's do that next week, guys. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this stuff some of us have lots of.
Mhm. That'll be a challenge.
What can we put in this and in that category?
Sorry, Miriam, I didn't hear you.
What will be bits and bobs?
Scraps.
Scraps. Okay.
Just little bits, and little tiny bits of paper, fabric,
Threads,
bling, buttons,
yarn,
any little leftover stuff.
stuff that everybody else would throw out but me.
well, you saw what I pulled out. So you're not too alone.
I bet you have stuff like that, Miriam. I'm sure you do.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure I have stuff like that.
Yeah, you got bag. There you go. Sure.
perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone,
But
I guess everyone has a different name for it.
before I put that, I need to decide the closure. I am going to put it in here or not. Uh-huh.
I missed. What is that going to be, Miriam? Is it going to? It looks like a seat cover, but it's not a seat cover. It's a
It's a
journal
cup.
cover.
It's a journal. It
Journal
will be.
cover. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Inside will be this fabric, but I try to put everything that I need to put like in a sandwich
Oh,
between
okay.
the two fabrics. So when I finish, I am going to sew all around with the
Okay.
other fabric inside.
Oh, all right.
I'm
Okay.
thinking on this for the closure.
Okay.
I can sew it here, but it's not large enough.
You can just do a button and a piece of elastic or lace.
Oh yeah.
What about that? Hmm. Yeah, I'm going to do something so savage. I have this too. I think I am going to use this one. Okay, one will do.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we could do. I guess we could do whatever we like with our odds and sods and bits and bobs next week. We could do masterboards or snippet strips or whatever, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. We could make coins or ATCs or inchies, twinchies,
Oh, I love inches
thrices,
and twinchies. I love
thrices. I don't know.
inches and twinchies.
A thrice, a 3 by 3.
Hey, Barbara.
Hi,
Well,
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. How are you?
you're just back from picking apples?
Oh, that's right. She was going apple picking. Oh my God, I used to do that for. I did it for a living. I worked on an orchard. We did that for money for a living.
I got so many apples I still have to do. Ron picked them all off the tree because he seeded grass under the tree because he added dirt. So, oh yes, I have apples as well. What are you doing with your apples, Barbara?
She's making apple butter. Oh dear.
I love apples.
Apple butter,
It
apple
was such a
cider,
Pennsylvania Dutch
steamed,
thing. Yeah, you got to cook that forever.
steamed apples ready for an apple pie. Woo-hoo.
Apple jelly, apple pie.
I have done applesauce, apple slices, apple pies, apple juice.
Yeah. Apple cider, hard cider. Woo.
No, I don't have a cider press, unfortunately.
I didn't make it. I just had some. It was like 150 proof. Knock you on your ass. Whoa.
Nice.
I went to a
Made by a German immigrant. named Ferdinand.
We
I had fresh apple cider one time, and we went to this lady's house, and it was her grandfather's orchard, and she had a press, but she picked up all of the apples that weren't uh, edible, or they weren't
They were a
pretty,
little
so she
rotten.
put them in
Yeah.
the apple press. But I
Yep.
didn't like it because they were dirty and they weren't washed, and she pressed dirt and all, and you
oh
had to
Oh,
drink it that way, and I didn't like it.
yeah,
it was
no.
little. It was a little gritty.
It was a little pithy, yeah.
At our
Yes.
farmers market, we can get it pressed, like, but they won't take anything that has fallen on the ground.
Oh,
So, I mean, Ron threw out a wheelbarrow full of stuff that ended up on the ground. So, we don't use those. I'm sure
well,
when
do you have deer? Because the deer would probably come and love those.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the middle of town, so, but I mean, I
Oh, okay.
probably could send it to the farmer for, the chickens or
Right.
whatever. But
Well, I worked on that 2,000-acre orchards and nurseries, and they would have an apple festival.
hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
Sorry, Anne. Yeah, no, I mean, there's so much stuff you could do with them. My tree was, how they produce every other year, right? Well, this year it decided that it was going to be crazy. And both my kids are busy, so they didn't want apples this year. And then a friend was going to come out and pick, but her daughter ended up with emergency surgery. So
What kind of apples are they?
they're called Goodland. So it's a cross between like a Macintosh and something else. I can't remember. Anyway, but they cook nice. You can eat them fresh, but they don't store very nicely.
Oh,
Like they'll bruise really easy.
yep.
So that's why everything's getting frozen.
There was a little
Yeah,
orchard stand at the end of the road where I went to elementary school, and my mom, she taught there too. So she'd let me walk up to the end of the road and give me a quarter to buy me an apple. And then she picked me up after she got out of school, because
Oh,
she always had to wait. If she was on bus duty or something, she had to stay a few minutes later.
right. What a
And I
great
remember
memory.
getting the biggest yellow apple. Fell in love with yellow delicious
Golden
apple.
delicious. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Golden
Golden
delicious.
delicious. And it was bigger than my face.
What a great memory.
Those were
It
memories.
is a lovely memory.
Yeah.
We can't grow delicious apples here. Our growing season's not long enough.
Yeah. It's not one of my favorite varieties. I guess I like a tartar apple, like a Granny Smith.
Yeah. Well, those are so much nicer for baking because they
Oh
look.
yeah, they don't get mushy. They hold their shape, especially for. When I cook like a pork tenderloin, I always make fresh applesauce to go with it.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't take much to slice up a couple of apples, throw them in a saucepan with some butter,
Yeah.
and cinnamon and brown sugar, and you're good to go. A little lemon.
Oh, see, I use my applesauce a lot for when I'm baking. I use it in place of the fat.
Okay,
So
you don't
that's
want
why
to add butter to it.
Hey, Anne, nice to see you. Nice to see you here.
Hi, Janet. Oh, Ann. Oh, the other Ann.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you feeling, dear?
We're lucky with Ann's.
Oh, that's right. Didn't she? Ann had a fall, didn't she?
No.
She had a fall.
No.
She did have a fall, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have two ands with an E. That's the
And
interesting.
LA, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We get very
And
confused.
they sound similar. Their last names are
I
similar. Their
know.
last
Well, the first three. Well, the first two letters of our last name are the same too. So it's very.
Yeah, we're double lucky.
And then there's an Ann Makes.
Yeah.
ANNMAKES without an E.
Yeah, and makes. Hmm.
There are two one that don't make and one that does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the bruising is still there, Anne? Oh,
Mm.
no. She was comparing herself to her golden paint palette. Like her golden
Oh,
paints. That's a long time for the bruising to be there.
she did a good job. I taught myself how to knit too.
Oh,
Not,
nice.
not just learning. So I have little pieces of knitted material. Little, like,
Little swatches.
I mean, like little. Like here's my. So this is just knit, not purl, just knit.
Nice.
So I got a little piece here. This is some yarn. I bought it Tuesday mornings. I miss my Tuesday mornings. Oh, I'm so sorry to see it when they went out of business. I got so many good things there, including this ball of yarn and these knitting needles.
Didn't we all? Yeah.
Well, that's cool, Janet. Her granddaughter's name is Enna because her mom's middle name is Anne.
Oh, and that's backwards. How cool is that?
That's
How
very cool.
That is so creative. And
And Anne says instead of deep, deep violet, they are now green, yellow, lime, red, and violet.
there you go. You're going through the rainbow. Yeah, my two sons were playing basketball once, and my oldest son came down and hit his younger brother right between the eyes with his elbow. And Richard had, the most beautiful black and blue. Both eyes went black and blue, and they went from every shade, from dark purple to yellow to green. It was amazing to watch the blues just bloom. It absolutely was like a bloom. It looked a lot worse than it was.
I really like that heart fabric. That's fun.
It's very Valentine-y.
Is.
It's lovely.
Lovely, yeah. So I'm just doing some stitching, but I'm weaving the cross threads. And I like putting these in a journal with some sort of a focal point on them, or just leave them as they are. I like having a bunch of these on hand, and I'm ouch. So it's a good day to do this.
I want to do some stitching on my coins, and kind of stitch some fabric or stitch some paper on my coins, just for some texture.
I do have some exciting news. I was over in Dee Dee's channel, go figure, and someone said something about the coin swap, and so Dee Dee's going to send me two of her coins.
Ooh.
Woohoo! Lucky
So
you.
I made two coins to send back. I actually made four coins, but I'm missing two of them. I don't know where they are, but I've got, and I found some. Somebody sent me some postcards that were Picasso. So I
Oh,
sent
I
her a
saw
couple.
those.
I sent her two Picasso postcards, and she always thought it was really funny that I made marble paper, and where I
Mhm.
roll the marbles over the paper to
Oh,
color it.
that's
Yeah.
good.
And so I sent her a piece of my marble paper for a little something something for her.
Oh, I
So
thought that Picasso thing was a bunch of different artists. They were all Picassos.
they were all Picassos, and
Oh,
that
okay.
came from a friend of mine from Germany, Peter.
Oh,
So he
okay.
comes. So if he comes in your room, his name is something German, and I can't read
Okay.
his first what he's got on the screen, but he goes by Peter. He said we
Okay.
can call him Peter, and he
Okay.
crafts. And I think he lives at home, and I think he's a medical issues
Gotcha.
thing.
Okay.
He was
And
here earlier, wasn't he?
pardon?
I thought he was in here earlier, a little bit
Oh,
earlier.
he might have been. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he comes in now and then.
He started. He loves our community,
Yeah.
and he sent me some happy mail. He sent me this German book. A
Oh, how
German.
lovely.
It was a funny book, a comic book in German,
Oh,
Nice.
how
a
cool.
western,
Cool. They love westerns in Germany. They love.
and it's worth $5
Wow.
on eBay. I looked it up. It was popular back in the '60s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, that's lovely.
we've got people all over the world.
We do. Our community is incredible.
It's global.
Incredible.
It is.
And again, when I try to describe to people what this is, they just cannot wrap their heads around it. They just don't understand. They look at me like I have two heads. They just like, huh? Or I'll get, oh, that's nice. Okay.
Smile and nod. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
My
Um,
grandmother would say, "Well, it's different,"
There you go. Yeah, that's right. It
sarcastically.
it is different in a good
She
way.
didn't want to.
it
She
really
didn't
is.
want to insult anybody.
Right.
Is.
When I tried to explain to the bridge ladies that I had to change my streaming time so I could play bridge, and they were looking at me. They basically they didn't care. They cared that I could, they were happy that I could play bridge, but they didn't concerned about, changing.
Yeah.
It didn't mean anything. But there is an art group here, I found out.
Oh, nice.
I found that out in the monthly newsletter that comes out. There is a, let's check them
Well,
out.
you would qualify for that for sure.
Yes, and there's a group that do what Becky's doing, Dress the Girls. They're that Becky makes dresses for.
Yeah.
They're here too.
Well, through our local recreation board, they have Tuesday afternoon craft group here in Landmark, and then Wednesday afternoons they have a craft group in the town next to us, but that's more for the francophones in the area. Although that's the one I always used to go to,
Uh-huh.
but since COVID, I haven't
Yeah.
been anywhere doing that.
where my son and daughter-in-law are. They have a weekend home in Cape Cod. And they're in a small town called Kutuit. And they actually have a community kiln, and she's taken up pottery.
Oh, lovely.
And they take turns watching the fire, I guess, when they're firing.
Yeah.
She's a math teacher during the week, and a mudder, or a person that throws mud on the weekends, I guess. I don't know. A potter, I guess.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Oh, I like those X's. They came out pretty cool.
They turned out lovely.
Oh, did you do that? That's what I'm going to do today. Did you do a slip knot binding? Beth?
Yep. Just a quickie one.
That's what I'm doing today. That's what I plan to do during my stream.
Ooh, that one's upside down.
Okay, slip
well.
binding. How do you do that? Okay, I'm gonna have to walk down.
It's like that's my thing. That's what
it's
I
like,
do, Beth.
It's almost like a Coptic stitch.
It's an easy man's Coptic stitch.
It's a more faster
And you
way.
don't need any needles.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what I was going to do for a cover.
I just put this together with Braille paper and some scrapbooking paper. Made it thick enough.
Well, I had 2 postcards, right, that I didn't use.
Yeah.
And I ended up not thinking, but I ended up cutting those up into coins. So I don't have to
That's all right.
So I can't use those. I'll find something else for a cover. Huh.
You can use painty papers or, any
Yeah,
of the
I
jelly
have some-
papers.
Yeah. I have some gel plate prints from last Sunday when I gel plated with Devin, so I have some of those papers I could use. That's a good place for one of those. You could wrap that around. You could wrap that around. Go right around across the
Make
front.
a
Band.
a belly band.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, you could use that to close it, right? If it was big enough.
Yeah. I think I'll do a belly band, and then it can slip on and off.
Right.
Right.
And then it could be the closure too.
Beth, I'm making you big so people can see what you're doing there.
Making it up. Anne told me to do it. I just laid it there. But I can easily make a belly band, and then I can just slide it off.
And that can be the closure.
The 2 together. So let's try to see what I got to use this pom pom one. Nobody likes my pom poms. I did a D-stash, and several people say I don't want the pom poms because I was giving them away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love pom pom.
And so when I was doing my D-stash, some of the girls says, I don't want pom poms.
I think
So I
pom
had
poms
to,
are right up there with glitter, Beth. I'm sorry.
I had to, and so every time I use a pom pom, and Dana helped me clean my room, and she says you've got way too many, Beth. She goes, you don't need this many pom poms. But what it was is I couldn't find a pom pom, so I bought another bag.
Yeah.
And I had double pom poms. So.
I have little tiny red and green sparkly pom poms for Christmas things.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut this one.
Wait, does that have all 31? Because look how thick my 31. Look at my postcards there.
31 what?
Postcards. Oh, those postcards aren't from the postcard challenge, Beth?
No, these are. I'm sorry. I had a postcard swap last month.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
yes, you could do the same thing with your postcards challenge. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was
got
going to do.
I just got a little, a dozen or so here from my.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, wow, that looks very skinny, and because this is the July thing.
Yeah.
When I was going to do it this way. But maybe seeing yours, it makes much more sense to do it orient them the way you oriented them this way. Because they really all go that way. You know?
And I sorted them out from up and down to horizontal or landscape.
Right.
And I put all the ones that were one direction in the back. So I
Okay. Yeah,
didn't have
these
to
are
look every time.
all of mine are horizontal. There's only one or two that are vertical, and they're numbered. They had to be numbered. That was part of the.
Oh yeah.
So there's
There's my
31.
belly band. And it would just slip off when I
That's
wanted to
wonderful,
show it
Beth.
off.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That is an awfully great idea. Okay, Barbara. Now, this is how I use my pom poms. I use them on my finger puppets as noses, or I'll put them on googly eyes or
There you
something.
go.
So I like to have pom poms. I use my pom poms.
And now I don't know how I want them to go. That's 9. I just need to. Let's. 9.
Barbara Clark
Oh
says,
yeah.
pom-poms, cat toys.
Hi, Michelle. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm going to be afraid cats would choke on them.
Thanks, Barbara. And then you said about pipe cleaners.
7, 5, 7.
I used pipe cleaners to put her legs on. So I used pipe cleaners too. So I'm not necessarily using them as well, okay, the noses or eyes, whatever I use the pom poms for the puppets is one thing. But I use the pipe cleaners so that I can do things like legs. And I will crochet around them if I'm doing like little critters and things. Oh, thanks, Michelle. That's I'm working on a series of dolls, and
27,
she's my prototype.
18.
All right, Miriam, let's see what you're doing. I'm making you big.
Are you making me big?
I made you big.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no!
Mr. Bill. Sorry.
I remember him.
This will be now.
No.
Like this.
I think we're the only ones.
I used to stay up late and watch just to watch Mr. Bill.
Yes.
I was
And
young.
put this here
Mr. Bill.
so I can do something to like a class or something.
Mm-hmm.
And inside I already did all this side. Now I am going to put this tool inside so I can do a pocket here, like this. So it will be like that, and you can put things inside and see them. And that's all what I am doing.
It's looking good, especially since you're doing it all hand sewing.
Yeah. I am.
Awesome.
I love it. I love how it's doing.
It's 22.
Like that and like that. Okay.
That's going to be a wonderful journal.
I hope so. I think have a great start at least.
Oh, definitely. I always really struggle with my covers. I'm not great at doing journal covers.
Yeah.
18.
So I did several different covers with different things, but like this, I never. I have another one that I am doing that gives me my
8.
this, this,
8, 7, 8, 7. Where's 11? 6, 5, 4,
All right.
3,
Cool.
this
2,
will be
1.
my fabric journal. It will be to put fabric inside.
Okay.
So this is the journal. I made it with a box, I cut it, and I put the leg of a jean, and so the other part that had the other leg had also a pocket. So I have one pocket here and the other one here at the closer. And I will put some elastics inside here like that,
Yeah.
and it's super fabric.
Oh, perfect.
I forget I have this. I could have been working on that.
It's going to be a big book.
Yes, I have more fabric that I can put in that book. So what I need to do a declutter. So whatever it's in that book stays.
Yeah.
Whatever don't mix with the book room goes. And that's it. Because it's nice that I have now options that I have like three big uh, bags of clothes, and here I have three little, and I for this project I use only two of those.
Nice.
Oh, thank you, Raul.
Well, guys, I'm gonna cut out early today. I'm just tired. I've had a busy week and I've had a lot of fun today.
Well,
So
thanks so much for coming, Beth.
I
Always
enjoyed
appreciate
my
you
little
coming to play.
doodad. I can't wait to show them off. I'll show them off Tuesday night when I come back on. So I'll see you guys in the chat room.
All right. Well, thanks
You,
for coming
thank
to play,
you.
Beth. I always appreciate you coming because
You're
you've
welcome.
always
You're
got
welcome.
wonderful ideas. Well, you all have wonderful ideas. But thanks so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
And, we'll see you soon. And next
Be
week is
good.
odds and sods and bits and bobs we're playing.
Okay, I'll find me some more. I've got more bits and bobs.
I'm sure.
Trust me.
All right. Thanks, Beth.
Bye, Beth.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, Ann, I'm making you big. See what you're up to.
Nothing. I just finished the X's. Let's see, right here. Whoops, right there. There.
You look good.
And that's about it. I just sorted my postcards. I'm glad Beth brought those postcards out because she changed my whole mind about how I'm going to orient them. I was going to do them. I was going to do them this way, right?
Yeah.
But they really all of them go this way, except this
Right.
one. So they really need to go this way.
It'll be a long book instead
Yeah.
of a tall book.
Because they're all most of them go this way. So that I'm glad that's amazing. That just happened, It's like one of those. I got a funny story, and then we have a craft and chat room on Thursdays, and I've been doing that for years. And that's when Facebook had rooms. But anyway, so Renee decided to do it on Fridays, but this past Friday she wasn't feeling well, so I opened my room, or not really, but I call people on anyway, Friday. And Kathy Whitney had asked to be included. And I went into my list where I could, call somebody to invite them. And I saw the word Kathy and I clicked on that. So this person is we call it the Hollywood Squares, it looks like Hollywood Squares. And I'm looking at this person, I'm thinking, this woman does not look like Kathy Whitney. And boy, she sounds an awful lot like Kathy Rodby, who was the art teacher where I taught.
Oops.
And it was her. And she's an artist, and she's making, she's throwing mud. I mean, she's making, she's got her pottery wheel, and she fit right in. And, she's asking questions like, how long have you been doing this? And I'm thinking, that's an odd question for Kathy Whitney to be asking. And I said, well, several years now. And what do you do? And then I'm thinking, I'm still all thinking. And then Becky went and figured out that I had called the wrong Kathy. So we caught up and she said, gee, do you do this every week? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, do you mind if I join? I said, no, be my guest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I like when things like that happen.
Yeah. And I kept on looking at her. I'm saying, and I was, and boy, that does not sound like her. Nor does it look like her. But, and it wasn't her. Anyway.
That's awesome. Really awesome.
And she's an artist. I mean, a very good artist.
That's nice. That just goes to show that when you've got a community like this and people are welcoming, everybody has different interests and does things differently, that with her coming in and going, wow, this is kind of neat. I'm sure that it's given her different ideas.
Yeah, because who was in there was Messy Tables, Vicky, who makes the Artomatic boxes and sells them.
Yeah.
And Kathy had never heard of those, so Vicky went through the whole spiel about how you make them. And so Kathy Rodney's going, oh, I guess I could make little ceramic earrings. And they were going, yeah, anything that fits in those boxes. And, the profit's not that great. But, I mean, if you do the work, Vicky said July, August, September of last year, she made $750 doing this.
That's nice.
That's not chump change.
No.
And, but she knows all about it. And so that really got Kathy interested, because Kathy's retired now and has time on her hands.
That's the thing, you figure you can have all this time when you're retired to do all this stuff. And wow, time flies. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just love that whole concept of using the refurbished cigarette machines and selling art out of them.
You know what? I've wanted one of those for so long to do that here, but I can't find them for less than like $4,000 or $5,000.
Oh, to buy the machine yourself?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, really? Oh, I don't know. I guess it's supply and demand.
Yeah. But that's nice.
I guess they move them around, because there was one in Salt Lake City, and I was visiting my son, and I was so excited because I said to Richard, I said, we have to go here because I want to buy some art. And we went to that particular location, and it was no longer there.
Oh.
So.
But yeah, it's a great idea. I mean, I've looked into it in the past too. The size and everything,
Well, what Vicky's problem had been in the past, some of her stuff is too light, so she has to add marbles, so it's heavy enough so it'll go down through the chute.
Interesting.
But she, and I guess you buy them. I guess you buy the boxes in 50 box increments. I think. Or
Yeah, and I think they also have like wooden blocks that you can do if you're doing like a
yes, you can paint. You can paint on wooden. Yeah, and it's yeah.
you know that it's
They sell for $5 and you get 250, so you get half.
yeah.
And you've got to you have to make 50 at a time. That's where the 50 comes in.
Okay.
And of course they have to be approved, but she's done it enough that she doesn't have to really go through the approval state anymore.
Right. Right. That's cool.
Yeah, I
Very
think
cool.
so. She's
I
making
am going to mute myself. I have a call.
Okay.
okay. I guess she's making little tiny journals now. I think that's what she said.
But that's interesting. Because everything sells for $5, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So you get a $5 bill, or in some places, I guess you buy a coin, like a token, and
Yeah.
then you put that in the machine. And I guess Shannon Green's done it, and Caged Fish. Man, wouldn't you love to have a piece of? I'd love to have a piece of Shannon Green's art or
Oh
Caged.
yeah, for sure.
And it's nice as the seller, they send you like and tell you exactly where your box was sold.
Really, that's
Yes.
cool too.
So she has a record of, this was sold in Oregon, this was sold wherever. So she has a record as the seller as to where
Yeah.
the pieces were bought. I think that's a nice added feature. So
That's it. Great idea.
So we haven't seen. What are you working?
What am I working on?
Your paper stitching paper.
Paper stitching. I am, like I say, I'm just doing long stitches and then coming back and weaving over them.
Oh, okay.
You can add it to a journal, then you can put a focal point on it, or it's just a bit of texture.
Nice.
I do those. I like that, And then I did these little 2-inch circle things, bit of stitching. Used the leaves as buttons, added some sequins, just little bits to
Ed.
yeah. But with this, I've used yarn. Right now I'm using crochet cotton, like for doilies and things, because I happen to have a lot of it. I've
Okay.
used thread. Every different thread that you use adds something different. Like I could go back and add a thinner thread with this and do weavings between or whatever. And
No. Yeah.
but basically, because it's going in a journal, everything else in the journal's handmade. I'm not as fussy, I just, if I can glue something on top of it that's fun, bonus.
Yeah. Well, that's when I first started sewing was paper, and I bought a little portable, itsy bitsy, no name sewing machine for $59, and that thing sewed through paper and cereal boxes, and I loved that little thing. It even ran on batteries. You could run it on batteries. It was a little slow on batteries, but
Yeah.
had a light, had a pedal. And I graduated to a grown-up sewing machine, and I donated that one to Goodwill. And I told the guy, I said, I made it, and I wrote a sticker on it. This works. I think it'd make a great little sewing machine for a kid.
Yeah. I have 3 sewing machines. All 3 of them are down right now. And Barbara keeps sending me, because Barbara and I have met for coffee, Hermie and Sherry.
Yeah.
Because we all live very close to each other. And she's given me the name of the guy who repairs sewing machines for her. And he's like 20 minutes from me. And I still have not taken the machine in.
No excuses.
No excuses. I'm laziness. It's pure laziness.
I hear you. I hear you. I just don't want to go out.
Well, I don't mind going out. It's, but But I think too that once I have my sewing machines fixed, then my kids are going to be going, well, I need some more pajama pants, or now
Oh,
your machine's fixed. You can make me that quilt that I want, and
oh, okay.
you
All
know
right. Yeah.
things like that. Um, I know for a fact because my machines have been down for a couple of years now. I make those. They're rags, but there's the sides of paper towels. One side is flannel, and the other side is cotton.
Oh,
And so you do an X in the middle, and then just zigzag around the edge a couple of times, and they're perfect. So you can use them for a multitude of things. And I know for a fact that both my kids are out of those, and probably my grandkids who are adults now and moved out would appreciate some. I just
so
I
what they are dusting rags or what? I
You can
mean,
use them for dusting racks. You can use them for mopping up spills.
okay, all
You
right.
know, anything you would use a paper towel for. But they
Oh,
work great
okay.
for dusting, and then you throw them in the wash. And
Ooh.
it doesn't matter if they get stained or anything. It's not like you know. Okay, Janet, take care, hun.
Bye, Janet.
So yeah, I
Okay,
just do them, the same size square as a paper towel,
okay, all right.
and I use it for washing dishes, drying dishes. I originally started doing them because I was catering out of my house. So instead of going through a lot of paper towels, washing hands and stuff, I would use that and then throw them in the laundry basket to reuse because
Yeah, that seems
we're carrying on germs. Like you want to replace things and flip things around fast, right?
yeah,
Uh, and you don't want to cross contaminate anything if you wiped up a chicken mess,
right. Yeah,
so. But I was finding that paper towels can get pretty darn expensive when you're doing that kind of thing.
yeah. I think that's a
Oh,
great.
the towels I'm talking about, they are fake paper towels. So basically, it's the same size square as a paper towel. You use flannel on one side and then cotton on the other side. And so you sew an X across the middle, like you do for a rag quilt, right? So you do the X corner to corner, and then you just zigzag a couple of times around the edges, and they're done. So they're perfect for mopping up spills. I don't care if I mop up the floor, like if I'm doing a lot of cooking, like for Christmas or whatever, I use them for drying my hands so that my tea towels aren't getting stained.
I
Um,
love it. I love
Air
that.
fryer now. I like to dry the potatoes before I put them in the air fryer. So I will use that because potatoes stain things really badly, you know.
I
And
really love that idea. I could do. I mean, I don't. My sewing skills are very limited, and I'm learning. But I could definitely make something like that.
oh, and the nice thing is you could use them as face cloths when you've got a sore. Because sometimes face cloths can be really rough on your skin. You use the flannel side. Um, Cleaning windows because you're not getting lint.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
absolutely love them. I
Becky
mean,
gave me some knitted face cloths,
oh yeah, those are
and
lovely.
I couldn't bring myself to use them because I just couldn't imagine wetting them until I finally did. She
Yeah,
uses them to wash dishes, and I just
yeah.
couldn't. And but yeah, they're gorgeous and they're soft. I guess she crocheted them, I think. And
Well, I've done both. I find that the crochet ones are a little bit heavier,
yes,
and unless you put them flat to dry, they will start to smell faster than a knit one.
okay, all right.
That's the only thing that I found. But oh yeah,
So
but
you're just showing sewing a piece of flannel and a piece of cotton together.
yeah. So I mean, if you go to a thrift store and you get an old sheet, that's what I would use for the cotton. And
Mm-hmm.
then for the flannel, I used to do the rag quilts all the time. So I've got lots of leftover bits of flannel.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, it just, or if you
You could. I wonder if you could cut up and recycle like an old T-shirt on one side.
Oh, definitely, definitely. The only thing with t-shirts is they stretch, so you definitely have to make sure that you've got that X in the middle, so that
Oh, okay, gotcha. To keep it in, gotcha. Keep it in place and not
yeah,
swivel.
t-shirts have a tendency to pull a little bit,
Oh, gotcha.
but
Okay.
but it's definitely doable.
Well, I always, when the kids were growing up, I always used cloth napkins.
Yeah.
Get a whole bunch of napkins, and instead of using paper napkins,
Oh,
I would use
definitely.
cloth napkins and throw them in the washing machine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I grew up with hankies. My kids grew up with hankies because,
Yeah.
Kleenex on a sore little nose, they hurt.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
So, I always had like flannels or something that they could
Hmm.
use instead.
I don't have that.
You don't have flannel?
No.
You see here, because in wintertime it gets cold, people actually have flannel sheets as well. So I will buy those at the thrift store as well.
My
Oh
mom, my
yes.
mom had that. Maybe have, but I don't.
Yeah. But I mean, even if you just have two like pieces of cotton, you know, they still work just as lovely.
Okay. All right.
But like I say, get a sheet from the thrift store because it's already worn and it will absorb more than if you used new cotton.
Yes. I have some old sheets. I got an extra set of sheets because I only have so many beds. I only need a set of sheets for each bed. I don't need anything else
It
beyond
would
that.
be useful for that, this kind of thing, a t-shirt. Kim,
What? Sorry?
a t-shirt like that would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
okay. I have.
Cheap whitewash cloths for hand drying, white peanut messes. Yeah. Five for 24, $5 for 24. So yeah. Yeah, and like I mean those rags that you can get at Costco for in the shop, they're all serged around the edge. I use those too.
Oh, huh.
T-shirts make great rags. The other thing they work really good for is if you cut it in strips and you use them for tying up your tomatoes, they won't damage the stems.
Oh yeah, I always use old T-shirts for dusting rags. I've done that for forever. Yeah.
Old socks work good for that too because you can put your hand right in, and that way, if you've got lots of kitschy stuff like I do, um, it works good for getting in and around all the carved bits.
Yeah. I like that idea though. That you can use them. I mean, I buy the cheapest paper towels, and the problem with the cheapest paper towels is you go through them because they have no absorbency, and you don't
Right.
hate to spend the money on the expensive ones. And I'll use them, But yeah, the best deal is to just have something that you can use over and over again. That's the
Oh,
best.
for sure, for sure. And I
Best.
mean, they're going on and on about all these fabric softeners and how bad they are for you and stuff now, right? So instead of using like bounce sheets or
Yeah.
whatever, I would just take a bottle of liquid fabric softener, turn it over twice on that, and put it in the dryer, and it worked the same way as a bounce sheet.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
It just
Huh.
I just
Okay.
like I just like them, and I still have because I always made myself so many of them. But my kids,
Mhm.
they've got pets, so they use them on the pets' paws and stuff coming in too. So it makes a difference.
Oh yeah. M- Multiple uses for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's a great idea, Anne. I should. My kids are too big to get them to put socks on their hands and do my baseboards.
That's great. That's when they were little, and you could psych them into doing things like that. Psych.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have
Now
a
they're all
race.
big. I don't get that luxury anymore.
See who can go the fastest, and they have a little race.
Yeah.
Cupboards. I don't know the last time my baseboards were.
Yeah, my baseboards probably could use something, something.
Yeah, I want to get a cleaning lady. That's what I want to do. Oh, the U.S. Opens.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Just to find one.
Yeah. My eldest grandson's partner is a house cleaner, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm not gonna. If I asked her, she probably would. I just don't.
That would be awkward. I think
Yeah, yeah.
they make good money. I mean, they work hard. I mean, the cleaning ladies that my mother had over the years. I mean, they worked.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, some were better than others, but obviously that's true of anything.
Yeah. Hi, Maya. Nice to see you. Yeah, I could see her going crazy with the spray bottle too, Jan.
Hi, Maya. What I can do an X there. It's kind of poor Raul. When Beth uh, Raul typed in, he said his aunt talking to herself, and I looked up. When I just read that, I was so embarrassed because I was mumbling to myself. He was
You know
right.
what, Ann? That I doesn't bother me in the least because Jean actually pointed that out one day. She goes, "Kim, do you always narrate when you're working?" And it's like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah.
So don't feel bad about it.
Raul, said something, which is fine, but I wasn't even aware of doing it.
Oh, I'm never aware either. But
The better thing to talk to yourself is that you don't contradict yourself.
That's right.
well, when you argue and lose, that's not a good sign.
No, no, no.
Definitely not a good sign.
Okay, the only thing I need to do now is the closure and
Raul says he was teasing you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I talk to myself often. All's good.
He was right, though.
But sometimes now you hear crickets. Not in my basement today.
ah,
Last week,
Did you
he
have
was,
Jiminy Cricket in your basement last
yeah,
week?
he was right under my desk. Everybody heard him plainly.
and she wanted to kill him.
I did kill him
You
No.
kill him?
To,
Why?
to good luck.
because here we get things called zombie crickets,
Okay.
and
That sounds pretty awful.
they are. It's what happens is there's a parasite worm that invades the cricket and
And they turns them into zombies?
treats them like a puppet. And
Oh my God.
so
How
they
gross.
don't chirp like regular crickets. So the chirping crickets actually draw the zombie crickets to them, and
God.
so that they can, invade their bodies as well, kind of thing. No, it's just wrong. I can't have crickets in the house.
Oh my God, that sounds like a horror movie.
It is because if you kill them or step on them or whatever, they've got these big parasitic worms, like 3 or 4 times the size of the cricket. So you have to kill whatever crickets come in the house.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to argue with you. I think that's yeah. Oh my God, it's just
Nasty, nasty.
Okay, so it's a justified homicide.
Justified homicide. It is.
right.
Like
It's
if they're
worse-
outside, they
It's
can.
worse than killing a cockroach. Oh God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those guys can live for a long time without their heads, right?
Oh my God. And they're big here in Florida.
The size of your thumb, like that big.
Oh wow.
One came scurrying out of my dishwasher a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, I bet. Scared the
And
shit
I
out
put
of me.
traps down, and then when I do see them, the only way I'll kill them is I'll drop a book on them from 3 feet above,
Yeah.
and then I'll leave it for a couple of days so all of that innards will kind of dry out.
Yeah.
They have like yellow pussy insides.
Yeah. I wonder if like the way I kill crickets, I just mix some dish soap up with some water, and if you spray it on them, they die,
Oh,
and then they just dry up, right?
mhm.
So, I spray them and their worms and just leave them until they're all dried up.
Yeah.
They are like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, but it's just dish soap and water, and you spritz them, and it works great.
Raoul, there's no such thing as cute cockroaches.
No,
That's what he says. We have small, cute cockroaches here in Spain. My wife don't like them. She unalives them every day. I'm glad your wife unalives them every day. Good for her.
I agree. I agree.
I would unalive them too. I do unalive them. I
Yes.
love unalive them.
And I like them. Wow.
Cute cockroaches. What are you, Walt Disney, making everything cute? Only Walt Disney will make a cockroach cute.
Nasty. Nasty. They're just nasty.
And the thing that creeps me out, they've been around since dinosaurs. That species is millions and millions and millions
More
of
than
years.
the human.
Oh my God, much longer than humans. They have survived. That's the creepy thing. They're very smart,
They are
and they can get into small, tiny spaces.
like mice, right? Like a mouse can go through a hole the size of a dime.
Yeah. Score. Who's having a problem? Oh dear. I'm just watching the football game on the side here.
Ah.
I'm in a football pool that was started at the school that I taught at, and that this football pool's been going on probably for 17 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
With different people running it.
That's also things like that hang on. Like, like it's tradition, right?
Yeah, it just gets past. Yeah, started out with a math teacher, and he left, and then another math teacher took over it, And the pool itself, the structure of it is CBS, and you can, I guess, make your own whatever pool. And the woman that's running it now happens to be the dean of admissions at Holy Trinity, which I think is
Oh,
interesting.
awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody out there sewing along with us? And just visiting with us?
We just have a little bit left to do. And that's good because I have, this is it. This is the last of my brown floss.
All right.
And I have this little piece right here to do. So
Now I'm just sewing on sequins to little bits of fabric so that I could, use it as a little flip or something, whatever. Yeah, no. I'd want to add on. Hey, welcome, Teresa. You doing your diamond painting? All right. Okay, Barbara, thanks for coming.
Bye,
Take
Barbara.
care.
hi, Barbara.
Belinda, you don't sew at all? No. You know what? I find it relaxing. I don't do it often, and once I start doing it, it's like, why don't I do this more often? Because it's so relaxing. So then I'll go on a sewing binge and I'll do like whack loads of this stuff. Then I won't do it for months and months and months.
God. Holy crap.
What about you guys? Do you do sewing often, or is it just a once in a while kind of thing for you as well?
But more recently, now that I've started kind of crafting, comes, and I like, again, sewing with paper and sewing pages. And like if I'm making a journal, I like to, sew around the pages and, stuff like that. Just to,
Something fun, yeah.
Yeah, I need to do it more.
Do you do it with the machine? Sorry, around the pages?
No, I need to remember when I need to do that to sew and things. I don't do it, but I used to. Sometimes I did that thing. Okay, I have here two pockets.
Okay, let's
make her big, yeah.
Making you big, Miriam. Here you go. Thank you.
Okay, here are my pockets. One,
Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh, those are adorable.
Fun. Those are all the multitude
now
of
you see it, now you don't.
They're so cute.
Okay. And now I need to do my closure. And with that, I finish the cover.
That's a very interesting cover, I have to say.
It really is.
But I didn't know what I was about to do. Something that I started and then it happened.
I like those pockets. Those are something else.
They are.
Yeah, it was something I didn't know what to do. I was about to do it with the same fabric, this with the heart. And then I said, what else can I do?
Well, lace and hearts kind of go together. Yeah.
Lace, this is, I don't know in English, this is raso in Spanish. Like the fabric that is shining.
Oh, seam binding.
I don't know. It's like a ribbon. but
So
it's a ribbon made by with fabric.
is it folded or is it just one single layer flat?
Single layer, no, it's double.
Yeah.
It was made. It was from the dress.
Okay,
I
so
took
like sash.
they sew it. It's so all
Yeah.
around. So I just took it. And now I need to know where to put this. So this would be here, and we could have here the closure. The key.
So that's almost like something I would use to bind a baby quilt. What is it?
Oh yeah, well yeah, I see what you're saying. It's satiny. It's very satiny.
Like a,
Satin. It's like satin, but like polyester.
Okay,
okay.
all right.
So is that like a buckle or something you're sewing on, Miriam?
I am sewing what I put in the other journal. Do you remember? It's a bead.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay. I
I'm
believe
going to do like a closure. I have something that I can do. I don't need to do it. I know how to do it, but I think I will use something I have that it's even red. I
Okay.
will show you in a minute. If I found it.
it.
If not, I will do some embroidery and I will do embroidery cloth.
Okay.
Okay. That's secure.
Mm.
Enough. Close it. That's it. Now
Oh, that's pretty.
go for that. Huh, it's here. With no use. You can see it's closed. Never ever used.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a nice red. That'll go nice with your
Yeah,
heart.
and go with the hat.
Yeah.
And somewhere have the beginning. I wanted to do something like that.
Oh, so it loops. Yeah.
And then you take it out like this.
That would be a lovely.
All right, I'm done.
Now I have to do it exactly what I need.
And do you start at 5 Central or Eastern?
Eastern.
Okay.
I'm going to mute myself for a little bit.
Okay.
I tried changing my time to 3, and that was a total flop.
Yeah.
So I went back to 5. But I think the change from 12 to 12:30 on Wednesday will be okay. I don't think most people are gonna. That's not gonna interfere with anything.
No.
I just was looking for something that I could just come home and literally turn my computer on and stream and not have to worry about it. And the
Right.
forest, filled that criteria.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it gets, it's like, what am I going to do this time, right?
Exactly. Well, you know what it's like. It's hard. You run out of.
Well, it's not that I run out of ideas. It's more a case of I don't want to start anything new because I have so many unfinished projects that I really need to get a grip and get stuff done.
And there's that too.
I think we need to get stuff
But for
done.
me, there's a reason why I haven't finished those projects, and that's the reason why I haven't gone back to finish them. Whatever the reason is, there's something I've gotten stuck, or I've lost interest, and they sit there undone for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
You are big, Ellen.
oh well.
I didn't tell you. I just
All right.
surprised you. All's good. No sweat.
I think
Hey, Yolanda, nice to see you. We are just doing some
Hi,
stitching.
Yolanda.
Hi, Yolan. There's that dreaded French knot. It doesn't work out that way. They lie.
So just a heads up, anybody who would like to come and play with us on Sundays, give me a shout. I'm always up to having people coming and playing. I like the fact that we always are doing something different. So people who are watching can get various ideas and hopefully be inspired to try something that one of us is doing. So, give me a shout and I will send you the link. I'm really bad. I have to admit, I'm really bad for getting the link out before Sunday mornings.
Right, but do you really need it before Sunday morning?
Well, those of us who know that we're doing it know,
Well, yeah, that's true.
So that they,
They can plan accordingly, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, for the most part, we just, I just let people know what we're doing, and if you're interested, I will send you the link. And I like to have people come and join and play.
Yeah, you just happened to be sewing today, and I just happened to be sewing.
Yeah. Next week is bits and bobs and odds and sods. So it'll be things like snippet strips and master boards, anything that you can use your bits on.
I was going to try to get my drawer out to show you all of the. Actually, I've got 2 things filled with bits and pieces.
I have, I don't know. Do you guys get those bins for grocery shopping so you don't have to use bags? We can get these big plastic bins at our grocery stores. Probably the size of small tote, like the plastic bins. They're deep. I'd say they're probably about 20 inches deep. No.
Are they like the things that you would grab, like that little basket that you would grab if you were only
Yeah,
going
yeah, that size.
to? Okay, all right.
So I've got 3 of those full of scraps of paper.
Oh, okay.
So
Mm,
I really need to do a cleanup and whittle down of all this stuff.
yeah,
So next week playing with little bits is going to be lovely for me because
I have it all in things like this, and not really labeled that well, but envelopes like these,
yeah,
and I probably have 20 of them,
yes,
and they're not labeled.
yes.
Well, some of them are labeled small, medium, large collage pieces. That's it.
Okay.
There you go. Or leftover from Alice. Now this one is all collage, painty papers and collages.
Nice.
And these are from last. So this is labeled, and it's pretty true to what it is. That's what it is. And, so, but most of them just say small, medium, and large,
Yeah.
which is kind of vague.
Mine are just kind of thrown in the bins haphazardly, and because I chop everything up, all my gel prints, everything get chopped up. I was actually talking to an artist friend the other night, and I was trimming down the white off the edges. That's a lovely print, um, and that one's really lovely. And he's going,
I
well, what are
think
you
that's
doing with
probably the
those?
best one that came out last week.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
What are you doing with those? And I said, I'm chopping them up to make bits. And he goes, no, frame them and sell them. And it's like, no, I'm not a gel print artist. I just need stuff for texture and backgrounds. He was very upset with me. I just laughed.
My
More abstract gel prints? Awesome, Devin. If you would like to join us next Sunday, I will gladly send you the link. Just shoot me a message if you're interested. Oh, look at them. They're stunning.
oh, you should
Wow.
you should see Devin's lips. We did the same page out of the collage soup. Heather and last week. But they, yeah, I said, yeah.
That's beautiful.
So I was thinking of maybe using one of these as a cover for
Oh, the postcards.
the postcards.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be lovely.
because I took the leftover. See my lips there? Yeah, there are your lips. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
All right. Let's see.
Let's watch Miriam sew. She's doing her
Oh, look at that. Doing the hearts.
lovely.
I'm trying to finish this.
Devin, the purpose behind what I do on Sundays is I like to have people doing the same thing but their style. Like each of us is sewing, but we're all doing different things. And I like people who are watching to get inspiration that they could do other things instead of having to do it exactly this way. That there's more than one way to create with needle and thread kind of thing, sewing. So next week we're just going to be using up all the scraps on our tables and in our bins and stuff.
Yeah.
And because Beth was doing snippet strips today, they turned out so lovely, but she was sewing them. They were gorgeous. They were really fun. So, it's like, yes, let's play something like that and make a bunch of scrap strips.
But I will need to stream from my neighborhood. If I need to put all the little things that I have, I don't have a room on my house.
Right. Right. I have lots of room. I just shake my head. My kids shake their heads at, you know. I can imagine they're just gonna sit here with a garbage bag and everything's just gonna go whoosh, unless it's, you know. I can see it. I know that that's what's gonna happen, but I don't care because this gives me pleasure and it's all about me.
Well, my kids are far away, so they can't bother. They can't interfere.
Yeah. Well, my kids don't interfere, but they do a lot of eye rolling.
I bet. Yeah. My kids aren't. They, someone asked me that question. Can't remember. It was question was asked. What do you kids think of what you do? And I said, they're totally indifferent. I think. I don't have a feeling. I don't have a sense that they are really invested at all in what I'm doing. Not that I, expect them to, but it was an interesting question. It made me pause and think about.
Yeah.
I mean, they're encouraging. They're not, but they're not really like, oh, that's great, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, my kids will do the, oh, that's great, Mom. And then they'll turn around and I know they roll their eyes at each other. But they're happy that I've got something to do that gives me pleasure,
Yeah.
so that I'm keeping active and I'm not just sitting in front of the TV. Not that I would ever do that anyway. But
Right.
that,
Yeah. That's a good, yeah. And they are pretty impressed when I tell them how global we are.
yes. Yes.
Finish.
That's awesome, Miriam.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Yeah. With a heart and all.
I see that. It's beautiful. That's beautiful. So see, Miriam sewed a journal cover with pockets and a closure, right?
Hi,
And
Yolanda. How are you?
Anne was sewing on her bear.
her teddy bear.
Thank you, Yolanda.
And me, I'm just sewing little bits that I can throw into journals and stuff. So now I've sewn down a whole bunch of butterfly sequins on scraps of fabric. Just little things to add randomly. I did the woven pages, the woven stitching bits, and then sewed the maple leaves down on circles. And that's it. 2.5 hours, guys. You ready to throw in the towel?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you still have a stream coming up, Anne, and Miriam is already streamed today.
Miriam's already streamed. I'm going to stream, and there's the
Yeah.
backs.
And my
We are
daughter,
the streamer.
and my daughter just pulled in. So I would like to thank you, ladies, for being here. Thank you, Beth, if you're still in the audience. Thank you so much for coming and playing. Beth was doing the snippet strips.
For inviting us.
I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and
Thanks
playing
for having us.
today. Oh, any Sunday except the last Sunday of the month. We don't do this the last Sunday of the month. This
Right.
Dream Day. But I appreciate you guys sharing your knowledge, the chats, interesting conversations as usual. And Thanks everybody for coming and watching, everybody in the balcony, and anybody who watches the replays. Big hugs to each and every one of you, and I will see you in chats around, and I'll be back Tuesday, going live at 12:45 Central.
Okie dokie. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Big
Bye-bye.
hugs.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Hmm.